Martin Gould to break.
Thanks, Jill. Thanks, Neil. Yes, perfectly poised, this one. I think I'm with Neil Folds. Marginally, I think Gould is favourite. But when it comes to a decider, anything can happen.
Well, the first shot of a frame is, excuse me, rarely decisive, but that's an absolute perler of a break-off from Martin Gould. There's no return to baulk. I think he's just pushing this red up and down the table, but he has to get the cue ball on this black cushion. Last thing he wants is a kick. Yeah, decent shot, but he's pushed the red near the green pocket, and then right behind it he has a hint of angle on it, just off straight, but it'll take some piece of cueing to knock it in, never mind get back out for a colour.
I'm not surprised that Martin Gould is wiping chalk off the table. I thought 2 or 3 frames ago it was marking up quite excessively.
One.
Well, that was good and bad. Good pot. And the cue ball could easily have gone into the pocket. Can't complain too much about that.
Yes, of course, at least he knocked the red in, so he's still at the table. Certainly won't be taking the green on. I don't think he'd fancy drifting in behind it either. Across the nap diagonally, not something that any player likes, so deciding on the yellow, probably white twice across the table onto the baulk cushion. He just played at one cushion. That does surprise me, because he's put the cue ball on what we would call the wrong side of the table. Decent chance of a return here for Mark Davis. Just whether he wants to either play the single red or off the pack. I would probably favour the single red. Doesn't really want to disturb anything this early. I think Martin can get through the gap to the red, to left corner. I think the way he plays there, you see it, he'll definitely be taking it on. If he's going to go down this guy, he'll go down swinging.
Well, a really good pot, but he wanted the cue ball to stop before the baulk line. The reason it didn't, again, potted it slightly thin. Had he potted the red right into the heart of the pocket, the cue ball would have stopped the brown or green.
Green ball.
Yeah, it's a good call again, Phil. He just potted it in the thin side, and as a consequence he got about an extra 2 feet of distance on the cue ball.
Do you remember what I said in the first frame, that when you get scrappy frames it's usually either in the opener or in the decider? And I'm just wondering whether what I said is going to come true.
Yeah, hedging his bets again here, Mark, just playing the red up and down. He wouldn't have played that shot had it been 1-all. The fact it's 3-all, he doesn't want to give anything on the cheap.
Just a reminder here of the stakes they're playing for. It's a £2,500 difference in prize money guaranteed. The loser gets 7,500. The winner sure of at least 10,000. Oh, and that was gold dust.
I was just about to say, Phil, the shot that Martin Gould last played, he must have known he was leaving this red. Okay, it's a really tough shot, but I think had the roles been reversed, there's no way that Mark Davis would have left that. That's a slight difference between the players. I'm not talking about in standard, more so in style of play, shot selection, that kind of thing. Oh, this is nasty, this green. The pot's difficult enough, but he's going to have to get the butt in the air. Needs a bit of action on this cue ball if he's going to disturb the reds. This is a toughie. Tell you what, that was a brilliant shot. He fully deserves to be on this. I'll take that all day. He looks to have a lovely little angle on it as well. Just drop it on and off the cushion, and it'll be nicely on the black. Well, my mistake. I think he's shaping up to go back up for blue. Sorry, right the first time. Oh dear. Was that a kick, Phil?
Mark Davis 4.
I'm not so sure. He didn't seem to cue it all that convincingly.
I think it was, you know. I don't know if he may have missed it anyway, because he didn't look comfortable the way he struck the cue ball. Anyway, it's gone now, and I think this red cuts back for Martin Gould. The problem is, how's he going to hold for a colour? I think the only way he's getting on a colour here is going in and out of baulk, which would mean he'd have to play it with maximum pace. Can he hold it? He's tried. No, I didn't think he could hold it.
1.
Like I say there, I think it was just all guns blazing. I think would have been the best shot there, in and out of baulk, and a bit of a hit and hope positionally. Won't be taking the brown on from there. It's a little tickle in behind it.
Wrong ball. Martin Gould 1.
Now that might have looked a little clumsy, but that kind of shot on these superfine match tables, so difficult to judge properly. Wasn't good from Martin Gould. He really should have known he was pushing a red towards left corner. Far from easy, this red, but you do expect players to normally knock these in. Nothing to do with the cue ball, just plain ball. All about the pot. Well, he's fluked a red in there before, and I thought he got another one. It was looking as though it was clinging the cushion. But to Gould's great relief, it didn't drop.
Yes, again, it's just a symptom of Mark Davis's game today. We've mentioned his long game. It's not been quite up to scratch. That was another example of it. Just struggled in that department.
Given the quality of the field here and how evenly matched they are, you get the impression we're going to see several deciders over the course of the week. And there's a unique pressure attached. Now then, almost a carbon copy of the red he missed a few shots ago. He missed it by overcutting it. He hit the black cushion. Let's see how he gets on this time. It's almost identical. See, just as we're looking, he hit the right hand jaw the last time. Can he adjust? He hit the right hand jaw again, but it was accurate enough. How's the kiss? Not bad. Wrong side of the blue, but a beautiful little angle he has in it. Be devastated with that shot. It's so much room to play with there, Mark Davis. Playing for a choice of 2 or 3 reds. He's overhit it by a good 3 or 4 feet. In so many deciders over the years, nothing ever seems to come easy. They take on a life of their own.
Mark Davis 6.
First glance here. This looks like real trouble for Martin Gould. He's looking at the possibility of playing the red that's just below the pink, but if he plays that, he'd have to bend it. You see it there. Is it worth playing? I think if I was going to play this, you wouldn't actually mind hitting the pink. Okay, you'll be put back, but then you can adjust. Missed it the other way. That could be disaster. What damage has he done? Oh, he's fortunate. He's a lucky boy. That was what you call plain old butchery, that shot. It wasn't easy, but he's dodged one there, Martin Gould. Mark would like to Leave this red, he's going to play over the pocket and the white into the ball, but he has to shift it. He can't take the risk. So Martin Gould was very, very fortunate in his last shot. The trouble he has here, Mark Davis, in playing this red, he wants to catch it thin, but if he gets it really thin, he could push it over right corner. That's why he played the more difficult one in the back cushion. It's a good shot. Is he getting the reward behind the brown? Not quite. But it was a clever shot. Hang on to your hats, because he's having a dig at this, Martin. It's all guns blazing. No, well potted. Good shot. Nice on green or brown, probably brown.
The match time just over 2 hours of actual playing time, and in less than 2 hours the winner of this will take on O'Sullivan in the quarterfinals.
Tell you what, that was very clever from Martin Gould. He didn't play for any
5.
particular red, just he played it in such a way thinking it's almost impossible not to be in something. Good thinking, that. The reason I say it was good thinking, it made the pot easier as well.
Six.
I can't help but be absolutely astonished that he's played for the yellow, the right, left middle there. Okay, he should have been straighter than this, but I think I'd have been going up for blue or baulk colour. This is missable, especially at 3-all. Oh, well played. Still not out of the woods yet. The pink's out of commission, as is the black, obviously.
8. Nine.
Tell you what, that was first class to get the cue ball as far up the table as that. I think he was probably playing top side of the blue.
There's an indication of how tight it's been. 50% table time each.
13.
And the cue ball did not stop in time for Gould. He wanted to play the red to top left. The pink is preventing that. That was a good pot from Gould, and good cue ball as well, because he was unusually balanced there on the incorrect foot in many respects.
Yeah, it was the control of the cue ball, the most impressive thing. Swinging it round the two cushions, absolutely perfect angle. It's now the time to disturb anything. He's trying to just nudge into the pink, just to open it. He's not quite got it. In fact, he's made it even
19.
more difficult. And he's awkward bridging. This is no good. He did well. The cue ball up as far as that, in all honesty, with that shot, but he's going to have to play another good one. He does have a chance. It's whether he fancies it or not. It's blue to right middle with a bit of right hand side round the back of the green, trying to disturb something, but that makes the pot missable.
Yellow ball.
All very
Martin
scrappy,
Gould,
all
20.
very edgy. A quintessential decider.
Yeah, I'm just not sure about the shot he's played there, Martin Gould. He's actually given Mark Davis an open invitation to lift the red off the cushion that he needs off the cushion. Really strange choice that for me. He's decided that you can't do much with it. So it's just a couple of cushions rest into the back of the three reds. That's a nice shot to have. Just slide by the top of the blue. A couple of cushions in behind the green. I think in the end he only played at one cushion. And he's left a little shot to nothing now for Mark Davis.
And what a bump off the middle pocket jaw. Good pot. So I suppose he deserved a little bit of a run of the ball. But the cue ball catching the bump has given him choices.
No, he's playing for the loose red. The one just off the black spot. Can he drop on it? It's not easy, this. Doesn't have an awful lot of room to play with. Needs a big bounce off this back cushion. I don't think he's got it.
4.
Just like the opening frame, low scoring.
Mark Davis, 4.
Bits and pieces. Nobody here would be surprised if this went down to the black.
If there's one crumb of comfort that Mark Davis could take there, was the fact that now Martin Gould needs the red on the right side cushion, but that's not really going to apply now, because I think Mark Davis is forced into playing it. He's snookered on the other three. And we saw this shot earlier, thin, when the red on the cushion. That was from Robin Hull, where it went wrong. He got the double kick. Oh, that's well played from Mark Davis now. What's he got cover-wise? Just about behind this sorry Phil. He can just get through to the red, to the left of the pink. In fact, I think he can see it full ball. I just don't think he can do anything with it. There you see it.
Foul. Mark Davis 4.
Well, at least he's guaranteed plenty of distance between cue ball and object ball. But Davis has potted a red of this ilk already in this frame.
Yes, it's amazing, isn't it? Sometimes in matches you keep getting the same shot, the same difficult shot to be faced with. This is the third time Mark's been faced with this red today. Oh, very good.
And he could be in to win here. He could be, you know.
Just didn't want the cue ball
8.
virtually touching the cushion. Just about makes this red missable. I think if he plays it dead weight, shouldn't be a problem, but if he has to dig down at all, it becomes missable. Now he can play it dead weight, just plain ball.
9.
And it might actually do him a favour, the fact that he has to play the cannon off this. I don't think he can hold for the loose one, so this is the big shot of the match now. Can he split the red and pink and get on one of them? Good enough, I think. Not perfect, but should be good enough.
16.
Agreed. I think Martin Gould will be sitting there fearing the worst. Remember, he was 2-0 and 3-2 in front.
It's a nice way to play this, actually, round the back of the green off two cushions. Looking for, oh, he's had a massive bad contact. Dear, oh dear, and he's left it as well. That is so
16.
unfortunate. That was a clunking contact, and look how it's straightened. Oh, kicks happen at just the worst times, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. We've not had masses of kicks today, but that is an absolute devastating blow.
1.
But Gould didn't hold the cue ball as much as he wanted to. He's not on the blue with the correct angle.
It's nervy stuff out there, isn't it? Should never have been straight or low in the blue. He just gives himself another difficult red to play. Well, I like this shot though. He's playing the pink. This is the positive shot. bull by the horns. He fancies knocking it in. If he does, he's plumb on the red. Good shot.
And now the pendulum has swung, and it's Mark Davis who's fearing the worst.
Eight.
So Gould arrives
15.
on the colours, 4 points to the good. That means he needs yellow to blue. But the yellow, what an examination of nerve and technique.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, he'll need good technique if he's going to hold for the green off this into its own pocket. He may have to play a little cannon on the brown just to hold the cue ball. This will take some cueing. Wasn't easy, that. Oh, he's got second prize. That's massive.
Martin Gould 15.
Well, I think Davis just happy to be back at the table, although he must be feeling rather aggrieved the circumstances of his return.
Oh, very good. Left the table and as if he was disappointed there, Martin Gould. I don't know why. Shoving the pink where it is. It's all in his favour with a 4-point lead.
Too right, Alan. Davis needs the pink, Gould doesn't.
Just holding the aces here is Martin Gould with that 4-point lead, and this is a decent chance here. He's trying to get the cue ball in behind the blue, yellow up and down the table, just hoping to slip in behind it.
And guess what? The decider is the lengthiest frame of the match, approaching 34 minutes.
Needs this yellow to travel, and he's left it. Not easy, but if it goes in, every chance of being on the green, and that would probably be in the match. Well, it's crunch time. Oh, I'll tell you what. You play that 100 times and not play it that well. That was a beautifully controlled shot. And now he is on the green. It should be in the match.
Just taking a peek at the scoreboard, 9 in front. So brown and blue will leave Davis requiring a snooker. The stuff, Alan, of nightmares.
Martin Gould 5.
It just never ceases to amaze you, this game of ours. If he goes on to lose this match, he will not sleep a wink tonight. That is guaranteed.
And although the balls are inanimate objects, they do not forgive.
Yeah, good point, Phil. They don't. As I know to my cost on a lot of occasions, but no, he's absolutely horrified having missed that brown. Be standing there thinking, why didn't I just stun it in? Leave the cue ball somewhere top side of the blue spot and stun the blue in the match. Amazing what can happen. Just an interesting little scoreboard as well right now with the 9-point difference. Should Mark Davis get brown and blue? Both players would need both pink and black. This is a pretty bog standard safety. Just brown somewhere in behind the black spot, I would think. Not a difficult shot this. He's not quite hit it. Has he left it?
Down the line of the shot, the brown will not go past the blue. To Davis's immense relief.
Oh, very good. He's not got the snooker though. Yeah, that's a great effort. Now, can Mark Davis bring the pink into play here? That's what he'll be playing. Brown on and off the right hand side cushion and trying to push the pink down towards the left corner. No, the in off would be end of match.
Foul. Martin Gould 4.
Well, in this case, the balls have forgiven Martin Gould. Wow. Davis has that sinking feeling.
Yeah, there won't be any heroics this time, Phil. This will just be stroked in. He won't be getting the cue ball south of the blue spot this time. And you see, just knock it in. He's learned his lesson.
4.
And now if he gets the blue, Davis will need 2 snookers. He's been waiting to exhale, Martin Gould, and I think he can do so now.
Martin Gould 9.
What a try this is. What a try. Oh, robbed. The decider took 40 minutes, but it's Martin Gould who's the man of the hour. He beats Mark Davis by 4 frames to 3, and for him it's Ronnie O'Sullivan next.